Peace and love, Ready Nation. This is Tamara T. Bush coming to you with another video. Um, I wanted to hop on and provide clarity on this information because this is something that I was just recently looking at, and I know that um, the 1099 process and the W-4 process are really hot topics out there right now. There's a ton of people doing the 1099s in terms of tax reporting or, acquisition or abandonment, that sort of thing, right? But I wanted to basically hop on and provide some clarity regarding the things that we do every single day that we don't realize is considered like a taxable event, right? Um, every day we go out into commerce, and commerce is foreign to the natural person, right? However, we go out into commerce and we spend FRNs to, acquire those things that we need for personal, family, and household use. Okay, fine. Now, the thing of the matter is amidst of all the quote unquote monies that we spend out in commerce every single day, what we don't realize is that there is some sort of reporting requirement, a tax reporting requirement that must take place in order to hold those corporations responsible for the millions and billions of dollars that they are receiving in income every single year that they are not reporting because the consumers of those goods and services, things of that sort, are not providing the IRS with the necessary documentation that they need in order to perform some sort of audit or to collect the taxes on those revenues that are being received from people such as yourself and me. Okay, so this particular code, we're coming out of 26 CFR 1.6 041-1, which is entitled Return of Information as to Payments of $600 or More. I'm coming from the Cornell Law website, so if you go ahead and do a Google search for this code, that'll more than likely be the first one that pops up for you. Hold on a second, let me make sure that you all can hear me. Anytime that you come to this channel, please put a one in the chat if you can hear me and if you can see my screen share, because you all know that sometimes I sort of suffer from, I have, issues with technology, right? It's like sometimes it's my friend and sometimes it's not my friend, but it's all good. Right. So again, 26 CFR 1.6041-1, return of information as to payments of $600 or more. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read and explore this together. As a general rule, information returns required. Payments required to be reported, right? Pay attention to that. Except as otherwise provided in 1.6041-3 and 1.6041-4, every person engaged in a trade or a business shall make an information return for each calendar year with respect to the payments it makes during the calendar year in the course of its trade or business to another person, a fixed or determinable income described and it gives the paragraphs A or B of this section, all that good stuff, right? So then it goes on to say, salaries, wages, commissions, fees, and other forms of compensation for services rendered aggregating $600 or more. Now, remember, this is in a calendar year, so keep that in mind when we're going through this, right? Interest includes original issue discount, that's the OID, rents, royalties, annuities, pensions, and other gains, profits, and income aggregating $600 or more. Okay, so let's stop there and scroll back up. Now, who is a person? Person is every person. A person, the term person includes an individual, a trust, an estate, partnership, an association, a company, or a corporation, right? The term person includes an individual, so they basically just, I don't know why they duplicated that twice. Okay, so we know who exactly a person is. All right, one thing you want to pay attention to is it says a company or a corporation, right? Engaged in trade or business. Okay, so what do they consider to be trade or business? All right, so Cornell Law is giving us some issues because you click on the hyperlink and it doesn't take you anywhere. Okay, so let's see if we can look up the legal definition of trade or business. All right, let's see if it goes. Okay, The term trade or business generally includes any activity carried on for the production of income from selling goods or performing services. Okay. So that could virtually be anything. The company is selling goods and they're performing services. So when I think of a company that is selling goods, I'm thinking of, let's see, the grocery store, uh, thinking of, when you go to get your nails done, when you go to get your hair cut. When I think of this right here, to be honest with you, I'm thinking of anything that a consumer seeks to acquire for personal, family, and household use, right? Because they're essentially pulling us into commerce. So goods are the goods. Okay. All right. So just so that we're clear of what that means. Okay. So every person engaged in a trade or a business. So in my opinion, if you're going to eat at a restaurant multiple times per year and that bill comes out to more than $600 in a calendar year, any goods or service that you seek to acquire, and you pay to a person. Okay, if you go to Best Buy, let's say you spend $1,000 on a TV, just think outside the box, right? So virtually almost everything that we do every single day in terms of how we spend our money, we're actually paying it to a person. A person includes, because it does include an individual. If that individual is engaged in trade or business, right? That's virtually everybody. It says an individual, trust, and estate, partnership, an association, a company, or a corporation, right? Okay. Okay. Shall make an information return for each calendar year. Each calendar year. Okay. 365-day period. Okay, we got that. And 366 if you're talking about a leap year. With respects to payments, okay, so how are they defining a payment? A payment means a payment as defined for the purposes of computing the rebate amount, and a payment as defined for the purposes of computing the yield on an investment. Okay, so what are they talking about here? Let's see if we can find it. Oh, Lord, no, we don't want that. Let's see, it took us somewhere else. Let's see if it'll give it to us. Is it in here? Okay, so let's go here. See if it gives it to us. We're looking for the definition of a payment. So let's scroll down because I'm sure it's down here somewhere. MNOP. Where's the PAY? PAY. Come on, payment. Where are you? There it is. Payment means, so it just gives us the same definition again. Yeah. Okay. So there's this. A 1.1481. Isn't that what we're looking for? 1.1483. 1.1483. Let's see if we can get the general arbitrage rebate rules. Okay, so let's see if we can scroll down and find the definition of a payment. All right, here we go. Payments and receipts. Definition of payments. For the purposes of this section, payments are amounts actually or constructively paid to acquire a non-purpose investment. Non-purpose investment. Non-purpose investment means any investment property that is not a purpose investment. Okay. Not a purpose investment. Okay, so you're not going out every single day and paying your money to the grocery store for the purpose of making an investment. That's how I interpret that. All right, so let's go back. Go back. Let's go back. All right. Okay. Engaged in trade or business that shall make an information return per each calendar year with respect to payments it makes during the calendar year in the course of its trade or business to another person of a fixed or determinable income. All right. Now it says, except as otherwise provided in these sections. So we need to take a look at these sections so we know specifically what those requirements are not including. Okay, so let's click here. All right, so this is 26 CFR 1.6041-3, payments for which no return of information is required. All right, so let's see. Returns of payment, returns of information are not required under this section for payments described in paragraphs A through Q. Okay. Payments of income, payments by broker, payments of bills for merchandise. Payments of bills for merchandise. So what are they describing as a bill? I'm glad you asked because I already looked up that definition. Okay, so a bill, and we got to really pay attention to these definitions because these are legal definitions. So if you're just thinking about a bill that you get in the mail every month, that is not how the law describes that word. This is how the law describes the word. A bill is a formal or a public writing or declaration of one's claim against another. A bill may be an equitable pleading of a claim in a court of equity. At early common law, a bill in equity was analogous to a declaration in law. Okay, so this is what they're describing as a bill. So when I look at this definition, I'm thinking, okay, did I receive some sort of summons, or am I being sued, or does someone state in writing that they have a claim against me upon which they're trying to get relief? That's the definition of the bill. And I know when we think of the term bill, this is why we got to look at the definition, y'all, because a lot of the times we think something is described one way, but when you look at the legal definition of things, it is a completely different meaning. So we have to look up these definitions to get the full context of the meaning of what is trying to be relayed here, right? It says bills for merchandise, telegrams, telephone, freight, storage, or similar, right? So we looked up the word bill. And there was actually another definition that I had. Oh, merchandise, because what does it say? Payments of bills for merchandise. Merchandise, the word merchandise means goods, wares, and chattels of every description and includes merchandise, the importation of which is prohibited, and monetary instruments as defined. Okay, so what are goods? Did we look up the definition of goods? Let's see. Here are goods. Legal definition of goods. Under Article 9 of the UCC, goods refer to all things that are movable when a security interest is attached. Okay, so when you go to the grocery store, are you assigning a security interest to anyone? When you go to Best Buy, are you assigning a security interest to anyone? Usually in those day-to-day transactions, you are not actually assigning a security interest because you're not signing any sort of documentation that is going to grant rights to another party to have interest in your property. You are simply going to the store and engaging in commerce with the company for the receipt of a good or a service, right? So we have to look at these definitions, and it says a movable, all things that are movable. But the key part of this definition, it says when a security interest attaches. When a security interest attaches. Okay. So the reason why looking at the section was important is because we need to ensure that when we look at the types of transactions under which we should be reporting to the IRS because it is a value of $600 or more in a calendar year, we need to make sure that we can actually report something that we go and buy at Walmart. A lot of y'all buy a lot of stuff from Walmart. I can guarantee you, I bet everything that you spending more than $600 at Walmart in the calendar year. You're spending more than $600 at the grocery store in the calendar year. You're spending more than $600 going to get your hair done and your nails done and all these things. When you make your car payment, you're spending more than $600 in a calendar year. When you pay on your mortgage, you're spending more than $600 in a calendar year. When you pay your student loan, when you pay your credit card bill, when you pay all of these things, you are with absolute certainty spending more than $600 in a calendar year. So why are we not doing the required tax reporting when we are spending all of this money so that we can report the taxable income that these companies are receiving from us in a calendar year? Because I know for a fact that you are spending more than $600 in a calendar year. And so when you go up against these companies in terms of the enforcement, you have to make it a tax issue. It then becomes a tax issue. And that's part of the reason why we are not getting remedy outside of court, is because we're not making these matters a tax issue. Because the thing is if you bring the IRS into the equation, because remember, the IRS is your friend, and you say, hey, IRS, I'm a little bit confused. I did a little bit of research, and I think that I'm supposed to be reporting this to you because it's more than $600 in a calendar year. I don't know what other additional paperwork I'm supposed to file with this, but here are all of my receipts. Here is the tax form that I think I'm supposed to report this on, i.e. a 1099. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. IRS 1099 miscellaneous form. Okay. It's either going to be the 1099 miscellaneous form or it's going to be the 1099 NEC. So let's look at the 1099 miscellaneous form and see what it says. See if I can sort of find the instruction. Actually, let me do this. Let's just go right to the source. Sometimes we just gotta do this. All right. Let me see if I can find it. See, it's popping up. Sometimes you just gotta go and look and see what it says. But I want to say it's the 1099 NEC. If I'm not NEC, because there's two different ones that you can use. The 1099, either the miscellaneous or the NEC. But in the instructions, it literally says if it's $600 or more. Like it literally says that in the instructions. Hold on. The 99 NEC. And with 2021. See if we can find it. Let's see. Here it is right here. Specific instructions for 1099 miscellaneous. See, file form 1099 miscellaneous for each person in the course of your business to whom you have paid the following during the year. Boom. At least $600 in, and it gives you all these things. It says other. Listen, like I said, I'm just planting the seed. I really want y'all to go and look at these things. Y'all got to look at it. My job is to plant the seed. Plant the seed. Non-employee compensation. All right, nope. Let me see if I can pull this version up. I want the PDF version. What? Why are you telling me no page found, IRS? What is going on here? There it is again. $100. Y'all better get on top of this. Y'all better get on top of this. Get ready because tax season is about to begin. Y'all gotta, well, actually, you can start compiling your receipts now, but going forward, I would save all of your receipts, take them, put them in an envelope along with a nice little note to the IRS, ask them to handle the accounting. If you have an account that you're having issues with, where you're not getting remedy, send them a nice little note saying, hey, I'm a little bit confused because I know that there's some tax reporting requirements that's supposed to happen with this account. So because of that, I've sent a request to the IRS to perform an audit. Listen, y'all get on top of these companies because the last thing that they want to do is be held responsible for not reporting taxes. That is a huge, huge, huge liability to these companies that are not reporting the taxable income that they're receiving from you, because you have definitely paid more than $600 in a calendar year. Y'all need to get y'all calculators out, start looking at some of this stuff, adding this stuff up, and getting to work. Because right now, I'm just letting y'all know that y'all are going to want to try to get as much money as you can within a short period of time, because there are some huge changes that are going to hit in the United States coming into 2023. So I just want to give you all some tools to add into your tool belt so that we can be prepared for what's to come. But this is a jewel right here. This is definitely a jewel, and I implore you all to definitely take advantage of this information that is being presented today. All right. So again, this is Tamara T. Bush coming to you with another video. Definitely like, share, like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you are not a subscriber. Um, try to give as much content on the channel as possible. I will drop the link down in the description of this video once this video renders, giving you the link to the code in addition to the link to the tax forms that you're going to need to begin to study. Y'all, listen, I want y'all to go and study this. Don't just do this. I want you all to study this information before you send out anything, right? And take the time out to handwrite your letter so that you don't get any sort of frivolous filing back. All right. Definitely take a look at this. And come back with any feedback, any questions that you may have. Go ahead and drop those down into the comment section of this video. All right. I'm out of here. This is Tamara T. Bush, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace and love, Ready Nation. Talk to you soon.